So, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is coming out. Looks like we are not going to have a PlayStation 3 and 360 edition of the game, much like we had for Xenoverse 1. And they have, I guess they've done these before, actually. I haven't really been following Dragon Ball Z games for a long time. But just because you get to a point where it's like buying Madden. They're going to make another one next year with all the improvements and roster updates and all that stuff. Love Dragon Ball, just don't love it that much to buy what kind of comes down to being the same game every year. It gets crazy. And it's extremely crazy when you consider that there is a $150 collector's edition for this game. Now, we had talked about a collector's edition of The Last Guardian, which I believe is $120.
Yes.
And it basically seems like you get the same, if not maybe even a little less with this. It includes a steel case. It includes the Time Patroller's Guide art book, which, no telling, I guess that's just art book for the game, but then again, this is Dragon Ball that it's all based on, so you're just going to see probably a lot of Dragon Ball inspired art, which is not bad to look at. I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of it. I have the whole manga series, so I'm good. And you also get a statue of Super Saiyan Goku, which is 13 inches tall. It's not a bad looking statue. He's doing the whole Frieza stare down thing with most of his shirt ripped off. I mean, it's pretty epic. And then you also get the official music soundtrack on disc, not just a digital copy. So, Matt, is this worth $150?
I'm the wrong person to ask that because I'm one of the very few people in this world that actually. I don't like Dragon Ball Z. I never have. And I was going to complain about the game being the same, like in every installment, or just it really is like Madden where it just repeats every time. But I guess they do the same thing for the Naruto Ninja Storm series, where it's pretty much the same game with tiny adjustments and a bigger roster than the last. So I'm not going to complain about that part of the game because I do the same thing with other games. Do I think this is worth $150? No, I do not.
No.
First off, that book is probably just most of the modern Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Super?
Yeah. Maybe if it was just... I'm sure there is, like, books full of the, like, original, like, concept art, or maybe, like, other games, like, there's game art for that. Maybe even like concept art for like the show or maybe the manga or something. Like if that was thrown in there, I could see that being worth a lot. Just because a lot of things that are like that are generally worth a lot. The soundtrack is probably one of the only things that I would actually consider, just because most anime and then video game adaptations of those video games, they usually have pretty high battle music. I like the music of most anime, and I'll go ahead and give an exception to Dragon Ball Z and assume that I would like the music in that game.
Well, and some other things about this version, I forgot to mention, it apparently includes 4 DLC packs, which are normally $10 each, so that's a $40 value. And of course, you can buy them all with a season pass of $30, which that's not bad. It's not like one of those crazy season pass, which is the same cost as the game. And apparently, you can get the game and season pass bundled together with the deluxe edition for $90. So it looks like this for $150 does include all of that. Um, Now, are you familiar with a DJ known as Steve Aoki?
No.
He's kind of big. I want to say um, in the DJ world, um, he's kind of a big deal, and apparently he will be remixing classic DBZ songs, and he's going to make an appearance as an in-game character, just kind of in the background and in one of the or in the hub city. And apparently in this new version you can, because in the original Xenoverse you can make a custom character, and apparently in the sequel you can allow that character to go to all the way up to Super Saiyan 3 if you make a Saiyan character. So that's pretty neat. Um, I just I kind of can't help but think that for $150 for a collector's edition, that's pretty steep. I even thought 120 for The Last Guardian was steep, because normally they top out really not beyond 100.
Yeah.
And usually get the same kind of stuff: soundtrack, art book, steel case, and some kind of figurine slash display statue of
I want to
sorts.
say that Halo 3 or Halo 4, the collector's edition came with like a helmet, the Master Chief helmet, the game.
Oh, they
I
had
think
like 4 different editions of that game when it came out. They had like Legendary, Spartan, Limited Edition, and like
yeah, and I think
yeah,
the most expensive one was at like 90.
yeah. I remember it wasn't crazy. And I know you can adjust for inflation, but this is still for a game that you're likely going to see a Xenoverse 3 next year or within the next 18 months. If you really want this collector's edition, honestly, wait for it to go on sale. I've actually seen the collector's edition for Street Fighter V be, I think that's a $100 game. I've seen it on sale multiple times for 50. So, yeah, if you really want to get this, you know, I can't I can't make your financial decisions for you, but I would definitely suggest waiting for this to drop in price. And also check out some unboxing videos if you really want to get a collector's edition of something. Look for an unboxing video on YouTube. Let of someone you trust, and sometimes they will tell you, like, hey, is this 13-inch statue of Goku just cheap plastic, or is it actually something that has value? And because a lot of people will say, well, the statue's really good quality and that alone is like $50, so it could be worth it. You could make that argument, but if you really have to get your hands on it, at least watch someone unbox it and give their opinion on it first.